Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is you're here. I'm glad you are. So, okay, so we left off on our bag journal with this page, and I said it needs a butterfly. So I did a think, and I did some other stuff. So we're going to make a butterfly element to go on this page, and so I had to put together some stuff to be able to do that, to be able to show you guys how to do a fun little thing. So I'm going to set this off to the side. So this was kind of my first kind of thought, and we're not going to do this. We're going to do something else. So first off, let me clear off this. Let me move this off the desk. So we need some space to work because we got some stuff happening here. So we kind of needed a butterfly. So what we're going to do is first we're going to make a template. So I need a pencil. What did I do with my pencil? I had a pencil here and it ran away. I have another pencil-ish. No, is this a pencil? It is, but it has no lead in it. I don't know why that's up there. Okay, so I have a pencil. So now we are going to go ahead and we are going to make a butterfly. And this is going to be our template for on that page. So we know it needs to be roughly this big. But we're not going to follow this design because I had a better idea. So it needs to be about this tall and about down to here. Ish. So those are our points of reference. That's all that this is. So now we're going to draw a butterfly. If you don't draw or don't think you're good at it, it is just fine. You can use something else if you want to make something like this. So now I'm going to do some little wavies on this side. Okay. And we wanted to come down to this far. I might have needed to make it a little bit bigger, but we'll see. So we need to come up from here where our body will be. So we're going to drop down toward this point, and then we're going to give it some waves. I don't like that. Oh, it's a little bit too dippy. So let's go here. You know about too dippy? Okay, so that, and then this is going to come in here. Like so. I'm not going to erase. I'm just going to go with what we got. Now I want to put like kind of a big circly spot here. That might have been too big. It's fine because I think I wanted to do a bigger one on the bottom. So this does not have to be perfect. This is just an idea for a template, and then we're going to go off of it later. But I want to have a rough idea of what we want to do for this. So let's see. So I made a stained glass piece when I was in high school. And this is kind of the design-ish that I used for it. Kind of a thing. Okay. So I'm just doing rough lines right now. It's not a big deal. We're just using this as, it's going to be a guideline for later, so it's probably not even going to look very much like this. So, and then you just kind of, since we're making our own butterfly, this is totally going to be what it's going to be. And it's okay. I think one more in there. And then like this. You can use, if you want to make it more like a real butterfly, you could get a butterfly book. You could find an image online, something like that if you'd like. Okay, so that is that. And now we're going to come in here and do something similar. And Okay, I'm going to erase that line because it's throwing me off a little bit. Like I said, this is just, it's going to be different because what we're going to do, I'm going to do some embossing powders today. And that's what's going to be the lines on our little element that we're going to make. Let's see, we need, I want to come like this and like that. That's how I did it. I'm trying to think of how I did this before. There we go, more pointy. More pointy and roundy at the same time. There we go. Okay, that's probably good. Hope that you can kind of follow along these lines. They're not perfect, but it's going to be okay. All right, so we kind of have, we wanted more of this rough idea anyway of where our wings were going to go. It feels a little weird. Maybe it's because this. Yeah, that makes it a little better. And I think, you know what? I think this needs to come out a little more. Yeah, there we go. It's not, like I said, it's not like a perfect butterfly. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time trying to make this look how... Okay, stop. We just needed the outline anyway, so it's fine. All right, so now we're going to cut this out. Sorry, I kind of get in my own little world here for a second. So we just really need our shape of our butterfly so we can make a template onto our paper to start actually decorating it and putting it on. So I'll probably be fast forwarding some things throughout this video just so that this doesn't take forever. But anyway, we are starting out, we are going to take a rough butterfly shape, and then we're going to use that as our template onto the paper that we're going to use on the page. And this design is probably going to change a bunch as we go. Okay, so that is there. I'm just going to check the size. And it's fine. So the size is fine. It's not too big. It's a good size. So now we need our piece of paper. And I have picked something interesting. But before we do too much, we're gonna do some inking details on this as well. So I have like stacks of stuff next to me that I thought, okay, this is the stuff I'm gonna need. So we are gonna have to fold this in half. And I'm gonna give myself a little room, but not a lot, so that we don't waste the whole piece of paper. So I'm just taking it like this. So I have an idea on where this is going to be folded. Now I had a thought just now. Maybe I should have had the pattern on the inside, but I think the pink on the outside might be nice too. So this is going to be on here. Okay, so next I want to stamp some designs on here. Now we only need one side of this because this side is going to be glued to the page. So we're only going to decorate the top side of this. But if you were going to do it in a different way, you could do both sides. But I'm going to glue this down onto the page, so it's going to be sitting like this. Okay, so that's what we got going on. Because we are going to make this into a little notebook. I didn't really explain what we're doing. I just jumped in. We're going to make this like a little notebook that's going to open and we'll have pages to write in. Since none of these pages on this spot had any place to write. So next I am just tracing my design onto here very carefully with a pencil, so I have an idea as to where we are going to be. Okay. Now we have, I hope this is showing up on camera with the pencil, but I just traced it. That's all I did. Now I know where our image is going to be on here. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to stamp a few designs on here so that we will add some extra background. So I'm going to try and see what it looks like with the teal. And I am just going to be using some of these background stamps that I have, because I want to add some extra texture to this. So this is going to be just some dots, but I'm going to test it out on some of one of the spots that we haven't put the design, because I don't know how it's going to show up on this pink. So I just wanted to see. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Okay, so we're just going to go a little here, a little there. It's going to look weird for a little bit. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay, so that's fine. That's good. I need to blot this on something. Blotty piece. I didn't get a blotty piece. Okay. I'm just blotting off my ink pad or my stamp. Okay, so let's do some numbers in another. Do we want numbers or letters? Which one? I kind of feel like I like the different sizes here, so let's use this one. And I'm going to use some gray, I think. Let's use some gray because we got some blue. Let's see what the gray looks like. And I'm not going to put this one on an ink pad. Was that gray? It looks brown. Let's try again. Looks very brown. Okay, I'm not a fan of the brown. Okay, how about some black? Okay, we're just going to do some black. So I'm just adding a little extra texture here and there on our butterfly shape. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. Let's get a little blot. Let's get the extra off here. This stamp set, in case you're wondering, is from Tim Holtz, but I've had it a long time, so I couldn't tell you what one it is or anything like that. And the ink I'm using is a permanent ink. This is a distress ink. This is also. So those are done. Okay, so now that step is done. We've added a little texture. I'm putting this back on here. Now those are done and they can go off to the side. Whacked my knee. Ouch. Okay. Now we're going to cut this out. Okay, so that is done. That can go off to the side. So now we have our half of a butterfly. This side, like I said, isn't going to matter. So we're just going to keep worrying about this side. Before we move any further though, we need to make a template for our little notebook. So we're going to use these pages here. I want to make sure that we're getting the most out of our little pages. I don't want this to show up on there, so I'm seeing where it needs to be. Right about there. So I'm putting this inside. I'm going to trace it and I'm going to cut inside the line a little bit so that these will be the filling for our notebook. I'm going to go ahead and ink these now because I think now would be the best time to do it. Okay. So now we have the little insert that's going to be inside our butterfly. So this is going to be the notebook that's going to be in there. Okay. So this is essentially done. We will come back to this a little bit later. So now let's go ahead and let's do the inside of this really quick. And we're going to ink all of the edge of this. And we're going to use the purple. Okay. So this is still what we got. Now we need some guidelines because what we're going to do is we're going to use some embossing pens to draw our lines, but I want to have a guide to go off of. We could freehand it, but I'm not as secure in my skills. So we're going to bring in our little, where's our original here? There we go. So we're going to bring this in a little bit to kind of give us, and see how it's changed a little bit because I adapted it a little bit when we cut. So first we need to have the bottom wing section come up. So that is going to be the first line there. Okay. So now I'm going to adjust my design a little bit from what we had. Okay. So I'm just giving us some guidelines because we're going to be embossing next. And I'm going to probably have a few less lines than what I had before. And let's see. Okay, that's good. You probably can't see it very good on camera right now, but bear with me. It'll make more sense very soon. Okay, I'm going to stop looking at this because it's confusing. So we're going to put that here and we're just going to go off of what we have happening here, because I want some nice flowy lines that go to our wing spots. Okay. Okay, I like that. Now next we're going to do the embossing powder. And we need to make sure this is kind of dry. I don't know if I should have done the distress on here, but it is what it is. So that was the choice. That was the decision. So now we are going to do the embossing. So here's my tray for that. Here is our embossing gun. Now I had two choices. I have a clear embossing pen and I have a black, but we're gonna put gold over top of it. So I am not sure which one to use. So this is, what color is this? This is gold, and I think this is also gold. Yeah, they're the same. So let's just use one of these guys. Now I've had this embossing powder for a really long time. The pens are brand new. I have not used them because my other embossing stuff had dried out. So I'm thinking we'll put some gold along the edge. And then we're going to fill in our lines as well. So I'm going to do a section at a time because I don't know that because the ink will get dry and then we won't be able to see what we're doing. So I think this is just what we do here. I don't need that. I don't need that yet. Let's protect our work surface a little. Okay, so I'm going to do the edge to start with here. We can always come back in and add a little more, I guess, right? Try and get like a couple of sections here. Okay, let's do that to start with because I don't know how much time we get for this. And I'm going to open this so I don't get it everywhere. Oh, I think it's going to work and it's going to be so pretty. All right, let's see if we can keep inking our lines quickly here. I think I had more time than I thought I did, which is fine. I don't know if it matters if we have embossing powder stuck to our pen. Okay, so that is the top wing filled in. Here we go. Okay. All right, keep going. And I'm okay with the fact that some of the spots are taking on some of the embossing powder that we didn't make lines for, because butterflies are all different. We're all different. And we are beautiful, no matter what. And those unique imperfections make us what we are. Okay. Let's do the edge. I think we're still good. I think it's... Ooh, that might have gotten a little heavy-handed over there. I guess we'll find out. There too. That's all right. Close that. Okay. Okay, now here we go. That looks good. Oh, you know what we need to do? The eyes more. Can we fill that in some? Okay, here we go. Let's do it like that. Wipe that off. I don't know if this is the right way to do this or not, guys. It's an experiment sometimes. Okay. Let me clean that up a little bit. Pull pan. Now I need my little scooper. Where did I put it? Sugar beans. Had them here 2 seconds ago. My little measuring scoops. Fudge biscuits. Okay, we'll just do this quick. I just need some to put on there. It's probably fine. Let me just put a little more on just in case. Okay. Okay, now that's pretty good. If we see a couple spots here or there that we want to redo, we can. I'm just going to pour this back in here. It's good enough for now. Okay. Now I am going to use the heat gun. I will probably mute this for you guys because it's going to make some noise. So I'll probably fast forward and mute. Okay. And there we go. Yay. Okay. Let that cool just a second. Okay. Next thing. We're going to go ahead and get this in the book. And then we can add any other little additions that we want. So let me scooch these guys off to the side. We are done with the heat gun. Okay. So we are going to glue this in here like so. Isn't that perfect? So we need to still make a little body here. And it'll have to be something that can fold a bit, or we just fasten it. No, we'll probably have it overlap a little bit. So we need a body. And we need to put those pages in. So let's go ahead and get those pages glued in really quick. And this is what we're doing. Now, what if you don't have, you want to do something like this, but you don't have embossing powder? You could use gold paint. That could be an option. You could paint them. So I'm just putting glue right on the seam. And then we're going to put that little notebook right in there. Make sure we're lined up. Okay, so the outside page will be glued. Now we need to glue the inside page. I'm doing it right on that seam. Okay. Now, this is going on here like this. But I thought since we were having some gold happening, we might pull in a little bit of this. This is like this weird meshy kind of wire fabric that I have. Fray the edge a little more. And that's gonna go like that, I think. Yeah. I like that. And then we still need a body on our little friend here, little pretty butterfly. And we're going to glue this as well. We're going to glue this very last, I think, because I'm going to use fabric fix and then we're going to put some weight on it. So I'll glue it in the very last thing right when we're done. So let's get a body figured out. I just need a little piece of black something, maybe some fabric would be nice. Piece of yarn. Should have thought of that. Did not think of that. Did not think of the body. The body, the body, the body. You know what? I feel like a little piece of fabric, like, or yarn would be good. Pause, hold that thought. Okay, so I found this piece of ribbon, and I think that is what we're gonna do for our body. And we're gonna put it like that. So I'm gonna do some interesting things here. I think that's the right size-ish. So I'm just nipping off the end. I'm going to put some glue in here. And just kind of winging it, guys. That. Because I want this to go on, I'm going to put it on the back side of the page so it's not going to interfere. So I'm going to glue it to the back of the page, and then that book is going to tuck right in there. So I'm making this kind of like a cuppy kind of thing for that to tuck in like that, if it'll stay. Once we get the fabric tack in there, then that'll be fine. So that's going to go on there like that. So I'm going to set that off to the side for a second, because we're going to fabric tack a bunch of stuff down. Now the next thing is I have a little quote that I wanted to put on this page, but I think I'll save that for another day. I'll put that on afterward so I can show you that once because I have to write it and everything and all that jazz. So we can show that later. So fabric fix it is, if I can get my cover off. So I'm going to put a little line of fabric fix here first, because I want to get the little body on here. Like that kind of. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it looks in a second here. Might do something a little different. I'm not sure. Oh, that's like kind of nice. We can do that. There. Yes. Yes, like that. Okay. Now, if it will only stay. Probably overkill in the fabric fix, but she gonna stay. That for sure. Go there. I might have to do some little lucky tuckies. Okay, so the wings are down. Notebook is good. I think that's good. Yeah. And then this opens easily, hopefully. Once everything dry, did I put it on? Oh, I thought I put it on upside down for some reason. That would have been weird. So these are all good to go. Okay, so now it just needs to dry. So that's like that. Okay. All right, so that's where we're going to leave it for today. And you'll have to stay tuned on another video for my little finished page thing, or else what I'll do is I will make it really quick, fast forward, show you it right at the end. So I just wanted to show you guys the finished product that we made here today. So everything's dried. I've put these on. I just wrote this quote out because I really like this quote, and I think it was really fitting. I found these fun little paper scraps, inked those up, put them on there. So here we go, our finished little spread in this journal. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.